Hello, this is Aussie Stitcher Belinda coming to you on this 27th of January 2018. This is my second take of doing this. Yesterday it was Australia Day and hubby was out doing sheep work, so I was like, I'm going to do a video. And I sat down and I recorded the whole thing, and then I had William, probably going to do it today as well because he's toilet training. And he ran behind the video, needed to go to the toilet, couldn't pull up his undies, so came through naked. So I'm like, I better double check that nothing was seen just in case, because it was tipped a bit more towards that way. And I deleted the whole thing. Yeah. Obviously 7 o'clock in the morning is too early. It is still hot. Not as hot as the day that I did my video last time. That ended up being 47 degrees. So hopefully I can get through this in a reasonable time and I can whack the aircon on. I have a little bit of everything. A little bit of stitching, a little bit of stash and bits and pieces. The usual disclaimer that I have during school holidays. Their kids are around. Sophie's being really brave and entertaining Will with painting. Iona's eating breakfast in case she comes, because we eat just over there. And through that door, that you can see it just there, is one of the toilets in the house, and Michaela's in there brushing her Barbie's hair. She's worked out how to get all the knots out, and she's been brushing the doll's hair so it's all beautiful and shiny. She's doing a good job.
Mom, where did you get this from?
I'll tell you when I get to that, okay? So let's get into it. Ooh, coffee. So when we headed down to my parents' house for that week, I took 2 projects with me. One only got any love, and I'll tell you that why in a minute. But I took with me the Prelude Schooler Old MacDonald Farm. And I'm doing this for a friend, for her baby, who'll be 1 in... My whip bag has money. We'll just leave that there. In a minute, Michaela.
And part of Emil's class teaching, can you tell about us 3 girls going back to school?
I will. Because you're so excited. So this is what I got to. Side note, in my little really jacked off state yesterday, I fiddled around with the iView movie on my iPad, and I worked out how to put in pictures. Oh my goodness, it's taken me. So next time that I do a video, I'll be doing a here look. But I finished off the border, I finished off the goat, and I started the wolf dog. And that green, oh my goodness, that green. It's very monotonous, it's very small. Right? And this is 32 count even weave of some kind from Sunny Dyes.
Can I please go on your phone?
No, sweetie. So,
Can I do something?
can you wait till I've done this, please? Thank you. Oh, put this in. Keep everything neat and tidy. Now, the second project I took down with me was William's stocking. And I sat down one night to do it, and I had the chart, I had the threads, but I left the fabric at home. That is how much I dislike it. I left the fabric at home. But when I came back, I put in a couple of, about a week, 7 days, 8 days, on William's stocking. And I found some headbands. Oh my goodness, why is all this stuff doing in my whips? And I managed to do the back stitching through here and all of this. So this is his cuff, it goes up here and then do his finger, and that's what I basically want to get done. I was hoping to have this done by the end of February, and that's not going to happen because reality is it is hot. I'm not stitching as much at night where I do most of my stitching, because even with the aircon on, my lamp is hot. Okay. For the full coverage fanatics, they have the 1200 stitches sale, which is every month, and I'm doing Outback Storm artwork by Jeff Pritchard, Heaven and Earth Designed, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. And this is basically us. This is a Pilbara shot, so that's further north than us. So I'm Western Australia. Okay, so you got Albany is the furthest point down here. Perth is somewhere here. I'm in here. I'm inland, about 2 hours inland from the coast. I'm really not going to tell you where. And then we go further up north, and that's the Pilbara, Kimberley section. So this is further north, but this is basically what we look like. We've got the red dirt and very little trees because it's hot and it doesn't rain as much. Can you not muddle that around, please? Because I need them. And I got just over 1200 stitches. And I am finally seeing colours that are not these. So I did all in here. Oh, actually I did from here up, and then I hit some other colours. So I am, because I start in the bottom left, I am in here. So I'm really happy with that. My goal this year is to get a couple of paid finishes, 2 at least, more hopefully. Every time you do that, they can hear it, so can you not? And then I had an itch. The kids discovered diamond painting at my mum's house. She brought them a little kit. They went nuts for it. So I went on, found some kits for them. They're doing that. I brought one for me, but I'm like, I have enough trouble finding time to do cross stitch, let alone add another something. But I did decide to get this beauty out and do some serious beading. So she stitched on 32 count opal in Dune by Chromatic Alchemy. And I have to say, stitching where there's no, beading when there's no stitches is not my favourite. So when the beads are out here, what I've been doing is that I count out to here, and I put in a normal needle just to mark the spot, and then I come up the back with my beading needle so that I get a better gauge. It's probably not perfect. There's a couple of different spots that were maybe one of thread out, but considering I've had to omit some beads here and there because the 32 count has shrunk, I kind of regret now starting on so much on 32 count. Excuse me, very sorry. I'll be starting the rest of the mirrors that have multiple beads. Just wait a minute please, Michaela, on 28 count because the dyeing does shrink it. So Enchanted Mermaid could be a difficulty. I don't think the rest actually have that many, but I fully get now what everyone else says. Yes, Michaela. That's not a question I'm answering right now. And that is my whips. Now on to stash acquisitions. I probably said that wrong. I did an order, not an order, when Emily C from Eclectic Possessions was doing her bag sale, I got 3. I got this beauty. Love this. I have to say I'm not into the dark. I don't mind dark per se. I'm not into Halloween. And that's coming from someone that reads a hell of a lot of science fiction, fantasy books. And I have got some brightness happening there. And I got this one. Michaela, can you just wait, please? And this one that just screams Christmas. What's Michaela?
You know how you said that when you get up to them 3, you'll tell me what they're about?
They are bags that I put my whips in, and I got them my cross stitch.
And where did you get them from?
Emily C from her channel on Flosstube is, I can't pronounce it right now. I will get back to you when I'm in a verbal saying. Alright, I also got my November fabric from Colour Cascades, and it's Rocket Queen. And that's true to colour. You might get a shine on my face, but you get the colours. I also got my order. Michaela, please. You can come and sit next to me, but don't creep. I got... What was I going to say? I got my order from Just Add Needles, which is a Facebook group. And this is Under the Friendship Tree. And she sells them for the normal price with the beads. And as I was looking on this yesterday, commenting, this has a lot of DMC.
What's DMC?
Thread. I also got my beads and threads I need for my... Don't do that, please. The noises you make it harder for them to hear me. For the seasonal queen, so this is Summer Queen, delightfully beady. This is Winter Queen, which has beads, whisper thread, and 101 Chronic. Spring Queen, just the beads. And then we have Autumn Queen, which has these delightful beads and threads. I don't know if it has the whisper, but I did order more whisper. Excuse me. You will get into big trouble if you don't settle down. People that watch me. But my new favourite thing in the whole wide world are these little bags with these. Can anyone in Australia tell me, do we sell these? These are my brand new favourite thing in the whole wide world.
Do you have more?
No. And I also ordered 3 fabrics, because their fabrics was like 16 American dollars. So this is April Showers by hand dyed by Stephanie, I think, or Steph's fabric. Just so beautiful. And this is 28 Jobelin in a fat quarter. This one's hand by Stephanie. This is that one. I'm not going to pronounce it. Kayla? Can you please move? 3, 2, And this one's Melody. Please. Okay, from where is it? From eBay, I got this, which was a normal price. And the lady in America was awesome. To begin with, the shipping was going to be like $30, $40. Stop it.
I'm not poking out my tongue.
You are. I can see you.
Why not?
And then I messaged her and said that the pricing was too high for shipping, because originally she wasn't going to ship to Australia, but when I queried her, she said, yeah, I will ship. That would be awesome. So then she rechanged it again to add the lower amount, so the shipping was normal. Did you do painting?
Yeah.
So that was done. So I got that. And I'm really glad to see that this isn't stitched, because I don't like that. But it does give you the instructions if you want to hand dye it. And last of all, but not least, I got my order from Trish from 3 Hour Threads. And it's the soda stitch, so I got coffee break. Time for myself, which I like the back one, which is more this one. The Vintage Coffee Shop and the Four Seasons. And that's that done, as everyone comes. Right, so the only thing I got left is, as Michaela moves things around, so I'll just fix this up. I'm been tidying up my craft room. Not that it's a really craft room, it's ended up being a junk room. And I remembered that in the time where I didn't have internet and all these shops that you can go to, I was buying magazines like it was going out of fashion, ripping them out and then putting them in this file. So I've decided to go on board with what Michelle Bendy Stitcher does and Little Snips does, and that is give away 5 patterns a week. Oh, a video, but I'm going to give you people 4 weeks to see if you like them, because I don't have a lot of, I do have a lot of viewers, that's a lie. It takes people a while to see me and catch up, because there's so many of you awesome floss tubers out there. And it's great, like it's awesome. So I won't draw the winners the next video. I'll do another 5. And then I'll go and do the following video. So 4 weeks, you'll get to see who wins these. If no one wants them, I'm happy to bin them. I just thought if someone else can have these, that is a bonus over than just binning them without giving a chance. William? The usual stuff applies. They will be folded into an envelope to be sent. I would prefer you to be 18 so that I can get your address legally. All that jazz. So my first one is Penguin Sky Scope Stocking. Stop that, please. People will be listening to you whinge. Your choice. Right. So if you want this, please comment that you want to stitch the penguins. And there's the full 3 pages that you'll need. This one is Snowman and Friends. So if you want to stitch this one, say you want to stitch the snowman. This one is, "'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse." So if you want to stitch this, say, "I want to stitch the mice." If you want to stitch this tree skirt that goes around the tree, say, "I want to stitch the tree." And lastly, if you want to stitch some hairdressers at a salon, or not hairdressers, people getting their hair done, say, "I want to stitch the hairdressers." So going through it again, hairdressers, I want to stitch the hairdressers. I want to stitch the tree. That's not what I said. I want to stitch the mice. I want to stitch the snowman. And I want to stitch the penguins. Again, if no one wants any of these, they'll go in the bin, and I'll keep doing it until that whole thing is done. And if no one wants them, that's fine. I'm not going to be slightly offended. Side note, school goes back next Wednesday.
Mom, talk about us three going to school.
They're going to school. They might not be over enthusiastic about it. She is. I am.
'Cause Mommy...
William might be too, because he might get a bit of space happening. Are you looking forward for your sisters to go back to school? Right. I think we're done. I think we're going to call it time. Oh, no. I probably had other stuff because the other video went a heck of a lot longer than this. But I think we're done well, and I've pushed the limit. So we're going to say goodbye, and I'll catch you next time. And I hope you have a lot of stitching and a lot of fun. Bye.
Bye.